Hey everybody, this is a little quick video on the Bohr model of the atom and what it means for atomic emission spectra. So if we look at the Bohr model, we first have to define what's going on here. So what we have in the Bohr model is we have the nucleus right here that's got stuff in it. And in this case, we're looking at the hydrogen nucleus. Okay, so the hydrogen nucleus has one proton in it. But other nucleuses can have, or nuclei, can have neutrons in it as well. But what makes the Bohr model very powerful is how they represent the electrons. And what we know is that the electrons in an atom are moving around in random patterns. But the Bohr model shows that electrons are just moving kind of in orbits around an atom. Okay, they just kind of keep moving around and around and around. While that's not 100% accurate in terms of the way it moves, it's important to know that this little shortcut helps us understand some of the ways that chemistry works, and especially how light emission works, which is what we're dealing with in class right now. Okay, and so these little orbits that the electron moves around in, these are called energy levels. And we number them like it shows right there. So you can see that they're numbered 1, 2, 3 on down the line. If there was another one out here, you guessed it, that would be number 4, 5, 6. These are all circles around. I just don't have enough room to write it. And then actually the biggest we really get is we get up to 7, but more on that later. But what we have to realize is that electrons don't just have to move in orbits like this. Electrons, if we add energy to them, electrons can jump up energy levels. Or if we add a lot of energy, they could jump up 3 or 4 energy levels. And this is where atomic emission spectra comes from. Okay, so what we have here is another Bohr model of the atom. We have a nucleus here, and again, we're not worried so much about the nucleus, and we have all the energy levels here numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could go up to 6 or 7. And so again, this is hydrogen. And so what we have is an electron, and that electron, if we add energy to it, the electron can move up to from the first energy level to the second energy level. It could move from the first to the second, it could move to the first to the third, first to the fourth, first to the fifth. It can move all the way up to there if we wanted to. Okay, that takes energy. But what ends up happening is that electron will eventually have to move back down. And if it takes energy to move up, it's going to release energy. It's going to release energy when it moves back down. So if it moves back down, it's going to release a certain amount of energy. So if it moves back down 2 spots, if it moves maybe from here to here, that's a certain thing. So every different jump is a different energy. Okay, and so that's what we see in atomic emission spectra. And that's what this diagram is really showing you, is that if you had the electron and the electron was somehow up here and then it moved back down to this energy level, that jump releases a blue-violet color. And up here you can see I show the spectrum that you would see, that you actually see in class, okay, or on a website. That's the spectra you would see. Okay, and if you had the electron that somehow got up here and it jumped back down to here, to the second energy level, you would see this blue-green color, which again, that blue-green color is right here. Okay, and the same is true here. Here's a 1 energy level jump. It's going from the third to the second. That energy level, again, just because it's moving down, it releases energy, and we can see this energy right here. And this is also why you don't see a continuous color in through here, is because there's no energy that gives a line. Okay, in order for there to be a line, in order for us to see a line, there has to be an electron that moves to give that amount of energy, and that doesn't happen. So this is how the Bohr model is used to determine emission spectra. And there's a lot more to it, but this gives you a general overview, and it has to do with the energy levels of an atom and how the electron moves. Okay, have a great day, everybody.